So here it is. Thanks for being so patient. This is the boat tour of Laurie's and my boat, the sailing vessel Muskoka. It's a 40-foot Lagoon Catamaran, the S2 version, 3-cabin, built in 2013, and it's hull number 315. Have a look around and you'll get to see what we've been up to. Thanks very much. Enjoy. Okay, there's not much happening on the good ship Muskoka today. A couple days ago I finally got my water maker working and I ran a test. Oh my god, it worked incredibly well. The instructions said what it was going to do and it did everything it said in the instructions. Made a bunch of water, filled my water tanks, flushed itself down. I just watched and listened. My installation was a success. I had no glitches whatsoever. I initialized it, push a button, and it ran. Pretty nice. So I produced 16.7 gallons an hour for the first hour, then 16.5 gallons the second hour, and 16.3 gallons. And I was making it in the harbor, so I did get some bacteria in the filter and stuff, all like organisms and crap. So I cleaned the filters out and ready for the next time I need to use it. So it's a Spectra 340 ionizing Z water maker, and wow, it was great. When I finished running for 3 hours, I went and checked my batteries to see how things were going, and my batteries were at 98%. So I was making power. It was a sunny day, but so that gives you a pretty good indication that I can make water all day long if I want, and that's what I want. So thank you, Spectra. Appreciate it. Okay, this is the tour of the outside of the good ship Muskoka. So as you can see on the back, I have a dinghy, 9.5 foot AB aluminum ultralight with a 20 horsepower on it. Goes really well. It can I can take 4 people, and it planes out with 4 people and goes along, which is great. And it's on a great davit system. You can see that it's a very robust davit system. There's no flexing, there's no fooling around. It is designed for something more weight than I've got, so it's good. And my life raft under there. This is a rope you use for stern tying your boat if you're going to be going into an area where you can get a rope to shore. These are the supports for my compression posts for my solar panels. And then I have a connection, a hard plate connection to my boat here. On the back also I have these planks, which are boards for strapping fuel cans to. I put diesel on the outside. I can get 5 cans back there and 5 gasoline cans in the front. I don't use it while I'm in the Pacific Northwest, but I'm sure I will use it once we get to spots where fuel is going to be a problem. I have a complete array of clamps, carpenter's clamps. We use those for putting on, hanging up our towels. These little guys here aren't sufficient to hold a towel when you're in 25 knots, but those guys are. And then I keep my soft shackles here. I have an array of soft shackles. Sailors know what they are, and I use them for just about everything. I used to use stainless shackles, but I don't use them anymore. My propane tank is for my barbecue, which is underneath said cover there, and I have a push pit, which is where we store the engine, and this is my 2 horsepower Yamaha. And I put the 2 horsepower Yamaha on the boat when we're going into beaches that have surf. so I'm not dealing with 150 pounds of 20 horsepower. And I have dinghy wheels. I have removable dinghy wheels. You can see the little thing on the transom there, and Laurie and I can whip that dinghy up onto a beach like that because it weighs nothing, and the dinghy wheels, it's great. So back here is the compartment for the engines. The engines are underneath all this stuff. These are paddles and the likes, and then I rope them in because that on the other side is my steering. And before we set sail, I secure everything in the storage area here so that it won't fall into that area. And every time we do it, we arrange it differently and I store it differently. So I've installed all of these little connectors here in random spots, and I tie everything down. I just would feel really stupid if I couldn't steer and then it was something as simple as that. So I did that. Now, so I don't know if you understand. Underneath that is a plywood. Underneath that plywood is a three-cylinder Yanmar, and it's the same on the port side. And I have the big motors, so that's a handy thing. I'm going to lock this. There we go. So if we come down the starboard side, I have a life sling, rescue sling, fishing rod holders. I have a winch here, which is for my spinnakers and my gennikers and anything that's flying off of the force bar. That's a turning block that my sheets lead out to the boat. And I also have my scuba tanks strapped here. They are extremely secure. They also have an additional hole here if I was on an ocean passage where I would strap them in. It takes a lot of effort to get those out of there. Now, saying that, I am going to strap them down, but that's what that's going to be. Normally what you see in this space right here are Laurie's and my SUPs. I store them here and I tie them down here while we're inland. Once we're on an ocean passage, those SUPs, or we have two, that's one, get stored, deflated and stored. And this is a deflated and stored 12-foot SUP. I'm getting ready to put it in that lazarette. And the 10-footer, that's a 13-footer. And the 10-footer, which is this guy here, the same thing will happen to it. But I won't do that for a while. So as you can see, I got lots of space to walk down the side of the boat. I got lots of storage. I'm at port right now, and I'm going to be here for 2 more weeks before the boat moves. So I've got my bikes built, and they're sitting right here ready to go. I have my cleaning brushes. That hose is garbage. The kayak, which in videos, if you see us sailing, is actually connected to, it sits on top of these plastic holders, and I made these, and you can see the rope goes through so I can strap the kayak on an ocean passage to there. And but when we're at port, if you're sitting here, all you see is a kayak. So I take the kayak off of the transport blocks and move it up to the bow. That way Laurie can get at it easier and it gets used more. So that's why the kayak is sitting there. And I use this area up here when I'm not sailing for junk. All this stuff gets stowed into lazarettes. It gets stowed into lazarettes while I'm on sail, and I have nothing on deck when the boat's underway. And in this lazarette, which is on the starboard hull, if you look in there, you can see I've got all of my sails.
Hi!
What are you doing down there?
Well, I'm just inspecting the storage space. There's lots down here.
There is there?
Mm-hmm.
Are you standing on the bottom?
I am.
So you're how tall?
5'4".
So 5'4" plus another 3, so it's about an 8 feet compartment high.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come down.
Okay.
Ah! Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's what's inside there. You
Yeah.
have lots of space?
Yeah, lots. Nice little climbing things to get in and out.
Yeah, put those on so you climb up.
Yeah.
And so this here is, can you see up here, hon?
Oh,
Can
sorry.
you see this here?
Oh, yeah.
I got this here.
Yep. Right down.
And write down what we have in there.
Mm-hmm. Junk.
What do you got in your, what do you got down below? Junk. Right now I got some stuff here. This is my bike trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And then those are oil soak-up things for working on the engine.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I guess, your old
My
knapsack.
knapsack, yeah.
And this is a hammock.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my locker. This is my locker for sails. Sail locker. So that's that about that. Our belly. Bye.
You're bad, you go down here.
Have you been bad?
No.
Yes, you. And then I go to a center lazarette, which is right here. And this lazarette is our largest one. And it houses my Spectra. It houses my water tanks. And there's a water tank there. And there's a water tank behind the Spectra. I have my chain here. I have 300 feet of chain there with 200 feet of road. Before I leave for the South Pacific, I'll have 500 feet of chain and probably no road. The other thing that I've installed in this lazarette is a washdown pump. Nice to keep the anchor clean. And my windlass remote. This lazarette is another pile of storage, and I keep clothes that I'm not using. We have sheets, lines, bumpers, and in the second floor of this we have jerry cans, and there's 12 jerry cans down in there, and that's the foredeck of the 400 S2. That's my stainless steel Rockna 33. It's my primary anchor and my bow sprit for flying my spinnakers, etc. Up on the deck up here, I've got access to my sails. There's my solar panels. That's the Wi-Fi booster. And when I'm at port, I put my traveler across to here and pull it tight and then secure it here so it doesn't vibrate around. So this is the inside tour of Muskoka. We consider the rear salon interior, so we're going to include that on the inside, and we're going to go from this line this way is inside, and that'll be an outside tour. But right now, inside. So this is where we're going to be doing most of our eating. It's a wonderful space. It's made a little bit nicer because a lot nicer actually, because the solar panels now give us shade and protection from rain, so we can leave our canopies off for the most part, and lots of room here. We had 17 people on board at the rendezvous. I'm not sure if the pictures on the rendezvous had that, but there was 15 people people we knew, but 15 friends, and then Laurie and I, so 17 people. And the boat swallowed the people up quite well. We had a lot of fun, and that's that. So underneath all of these all these chairs are storage items. So propane. I got all my propanes there. It's vented. That's just propane storage. My propane active tanks are in that container. The active tanks are right there. Underneath this is this settee has all of our dive gear. And in this settee, the one that I popped out of, is actually a settee for our air compressors, all of our ropes, and that's my catch-all lazarette. We also have recycling, and my boat cleaning supplies are there. I store my sheets on the back of my helm seat. We have our clothesline here. This is the chair that my dad sat in, and it's very comfortable, so we keep it. This is the helm station. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps up, and as you can see from up here, I get a fantastic view. The other nice thing about this helm is that I can completely enclose it in inclement weather. All the lines come back, but for that one right there, which is our furler, and we can make that come back too if we really want to. So that's the helm station. That's the helm station. Like most modern catamarans, it's got a spacious opening coming into the boat, and sliding. So you can close her up, and as you walk in, you're right into the galley. Our galley. So have a look at that. That's a salmon was swimming in the ocean an hour ago, and our new best friend in this fishing boat gave us the salmon, and Laurie and I have been invited to go out salmon fishing with him tonight, and we're going to do it. So we're going to eat salmon tonight. I've got a sneaking suspicion it's probably too much for us to eat in one meal.
Yes.
What do you think, honey? Do you like that?
It's wonderful. Absolutely fantastic.
French Creek's been good to us.
We have been very welcome in French Creek.
We have.
The guy whose spot we took is taking us out fishing. That's pretty good. Wow. Very cool.
This is the smellathon. Did you smell that? I bet you did.
Great.
Smells really good. Bart Carswell, eat your heart out. Our galley is spacious for a 40-foot boat. As you can see, I do have dishes going there. So. And the thing I really like is 1, 2, 3 sinks. So dirty dishes are there, and we wash there, and we put them there to dry. So it works out really well. We've got a 3-burner hob stove, my oven. That's my ice maker. That's my toaster. This is one of my next projects. I can do this anytime. That's my satellite antenna for my satellite phone, which is right here. That's my DeLorme INREACH water maker, navigation station. Got all my stuff there. I've got some work to do. Actually, I'm gonna do this today. I've got to clean up the wiring in behind here. We have a little MobiCool cooler there which doesn't work that well, but for right now, it's just got drinks in it. And as you can see, the table's gone, and we use this as a sitting area for sitting around. And we now eat outside because it's warm enough. Lots of storage again. Everything's storage. So there's storage underneath here. There's storage here. I've got drinks and stuff here, and all of our provisioning stuff is under here, canned goods. The other part about the S2 that's really nice is we have two wonderfully sized pantries side by side. You can imagine the other side's the same. And another fantastic option on the boat that we installed is our Miele washing machine, which we use all the time. Standard fridge. Drawers are all spacious, as you can see, and soft close, kind of nice. Garbage can under here, which works really well. Lid pops, goes down, and that's, oh, another really cool thing is upper storage here. This is a headbanger. If this was back 6 inches, if this was back here, it would probably not be a headbanger. But as you can see, it's kind of level with there. And I now know it's a headbanger, so it doesn't bother me, but I've seen other guests hit their head. So there's 4 cabinets here. People who have an S2 will probably already know this, but that cabinet was not available. This door didn't have a handle on it, and you couldn't open it. Lots of storage back there, so I put a handle on it and made it accessible, and that's what I do with that. So that's it. That's the inside of the 400 S2. Okay, we're going to go into the port hull. This is the side of the boat that has the guest cabin, my second bathroom, and my workshop. And as you can see, same number of stairs down. The bedroom in the back is identical to the bedroom on the starboard side that we sleep in. This is the bedroom my dad had, and as you saw in my safety video, that's the reason I have all the handrails around. I've got them everywhere. So that's it. Directly down the hall, just to point out, there's my AED first aid, oxygen, and this is the workshop. So the workshop's probably the most important part of the boat for me. I get to do a lot of maintenance on the boat. I do it all myself, do most of the installations, and the workshop allows me to be able to do that. So I have everything to do with tools, parts is in this section. All of my power tools I store down below here. I do have my angle freezer here. These are parts, paint stuff, camera stuff, my batteries. That's electrical up there. Inside this cabinet I have fishing stuff, and those are all my covers for the back enclosure. I have a charging station here. These days everything gets charged, so everything to do with charging is right here. And then I have a separate container here that has batteries and all of the charging stuff that I'm not using. It's astonishing how much stuff there can be. Like it's full. The most important thing on a boat: of ice, microwave, dehumidifier, Another extraordinarily important thing on a boat is a good vacuum cleaner. It's a little Dyson. I have a big vacuum cleaner, but I don't use it anymore because the Dyson is that good. These little cabinets contain tools, sockets, electrical stuff, drill bits, tie wraps. You get the idea. Everything's in here. On this side, I have parts. So I got screws and all my nuts and bolts, clamps. My supplies are running down because I'm getting most of my projects finished, and that's a good sign, I guess. I've got to replenish before I take off. I keep my fishing rods inside. I was going to store them outside, but I was told by somebody who I trust and who I think has a great handle on everything is that better to lock them inside than have them sitting outside in some places, because people will borrow them permanently. And spear gun, clamps. You get it. This is the workshop. I have drawers here. These drawers are full of tape. This is a drawer that has, we call it the library. Any kind of charts or books or stuff that we need, that we use, is in there. This drawer has that vacuum cleaner I was talking about. Under the floor, I have parts. Those are my manuals. That's leftover hoses from the water maker. Other things I have in the floor. Spare pumps. Every single pump on the boat I have in duplicate. That's compressor oil for my... I think you get the idea. So that's what we do in the shop. The other room on this side is the guest bathroom. That toilet is actually just sitting there. It's a new electric toilet that's going to be installed on our side, and I'm just storing it there for time being. This hanging closet you see is actually a shower, and we don't use that shower, so I hang dry suits and shirts and stuff. And the toilet, the actual working toilet, is right there. So that's that. And we have a nice big mirror. Woo! Woo! And that's that. So that was the port side. So let's go over to the starboard side and we'll see what's going on over there. Okay, this is the starboard side of a Lagoon 400 S2, and it's completely stock. Queen size bed. It's very comfortable. We've got a little settee here, which is I thought was useless, but we actually use it a lot for dressing and stuff like that. Up on the wall, I have things left to do before we leave for Mexico, and I did take the cover off of my window so we can see out more clearly. So in the we have a little desk. We don't use it much, but the 400 S2 has a lot of storage, and they put it in everywhere. You can see there's a little cabinet here. I've got storage under the bed, sheets and stuff. Yep, there's storage everywhere. We like that. Storage under the settee. I got storage here. 2 double banks of drawers. 1 bank here, 1 bank there, and hanging closets. Hanging closets are wonderful. I got set here for Laurie, and this is another set of hanging closets here. A little bit of a library going on, probably be culled out. Most of those books have been read. And then a big bathroom with a stand-up shower. It has a single sink, which is nice. Lots of storage in here as well. Storage everywhere. And The piece de resistance is a full stand-up shower, which is wonderful. And this is the head that I'm going to replace. And if you boat, you know what this toilet is. And I rebuild it every 2 months. And I'm sick and tired of rebuilding it. So I am going to replace it. And we'll see how the replacement goes. So that's the owner's side of a Lagoon 400 S2. So that's a wrap on the boat tour. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Laurie's back. We've had dinner. And here she is. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just doing the dishes.
Ah,
That was a pretty long video you made.
that was a long video.
Wow. Boat tour. That's cool.
We're done with the boat tour.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody asked for it. You got it.
Mm-hmm. That's great. I think they'll enjoy it.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm. See you later.
Peace,
Bye.
brother. Scott out.
Laurie out too.